Right, so today's planting comes with a little bit of a history lesson. So a few hundred years ago, Portuguese traders moving up and down the east coast of Africa used an Arabic pejorative to refer to a group of people they had acquired and translocated to Sri Lanka, where they worked as labourers. Now, those ethnically African but culturally sort of displaced and or South Asian peoples ended up using that pejorative as a cultural identifier, and seeing as they are the culture that domesticated today's tree, I do feel it is fair to include that as the common name, but I'm not going to say it out loud because it is from the same root as a word that is spelled differently, but fundamentally the same word that the Afrikaans people, who are a significant portion of my ancestry, used as a pejorative in very much the same way as a word starting with N was used for the same ethnic groups around the world. So this citrus tree, which is very good for acid soils, it's a nice tropical one, it does tend to benefit from some protection from frost, so it is good to keep it in a relatively shady area, but not too dense shade. No citrus wants to be in sort of deep shade as far as I know. But it is pretty drought tolerant once established, but it also produces a very nice edible leaf, which is really fantastic flavouring for a really wide range of foods. Very simple to just put it in with rice or with lentils and all sorts of different foods. It also does produce an edible fruit, although in shade most citrus will produce fruit less. That is obviously less of a concern with a tree which you're also harvesting the leaf from, but it will fruit less if it's in shade, but it will want significantly more water and will be at significantly more risk from frost damage if it's in an exposed location. It is going to be going in with a piece of Dracaena reflexa, which should help shelter it from the sort of harsh sun as it's getting settled in, because this is going to be going on the western side of it, as is a piece of the Alocamerone. We're also going to be putting in my favourite of this sort of mother of millions types calico, which is Calico deligoensis, which should be a nice little toxic barrier around the base of this, as well as a succulent ground cover, which isn't too dense and crowding, because this is a relatively slow growing citrus, possibly because I tend to over harvest their leaves, but it means that it shouldn't be sort of overshaded by its ground cover too quickly. And that should be everything for today, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed it, and if you haven't enjoyed it, thank you for watching anyway. Please tune in again tomorrow, because I will be planting something different. I am not sure what yet, but I do have an idea, but we'll see if that pans out.